Hello and welcome to the Lonesome Crowd. I flubbed it already, but we're just gonna keep on rolling. We're one sync. That's all we get. We get one chance to start a sync. There we go. Hello and welcome to the Lonesome Crowded Cast, a Lonesome Crowded Quest. This is DJ Middleway, Harley J, your host for the Lonesome Crowded Cast, here with a very special episode, our first interview with a content creator of Modest Mouse covers, the very excellent, talented, and special guest. We have Modal Mouse.
Hello, Harley. Thanks for having me on, man. I'm really looking forward to doing this interview. And yeah, let's just get right into it.
Excellent. Thanks for coming on. It's a wild process to do a interview so early on in the podcast. I'm a bit nervous, but at the same time, I have to admit, I've been a fan for a minute.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. You've been posting your piano covers of songs by Modest Mouse and other musicians for how long now? Tell us a little bit about your piano and Modal Mouse origin story.
Yeah, of course. So I think it's about in 2020 when I started doing piano covers because of the pandemic. I wanted to find something to do because we were all locked inside and going crazy. So I did a piano cover of Muse's Cave, which is a song off their first album. And that's where it all started. And then I started doing Modest Mouse shortly after. I started with the song Beachside Property and posted that to the Modest Mouse subreddit. And people loved it. I was super surprised because it's not a song I thought would work on piano or a song people wanted to hear on piano. But when people the reaction was amazing, and I think I got Reddit gold on that post or something. So yeah, I just kept going. I was like, wow, I'm just gonna keep doing Modest Mouse, and yeah, people loved it, and it's crazy how it popped off because I just kept true to what I wanted to do, and I was really going through a huge Modest Mouse phase, loving all their music, so I just covered all their songs sequentially whenever I have the time to do it, and it's just awesome to look back on the body of work that I have now, and it's all their albums up until we were dead.
So consistently covering almost every song of theirs, I don't even know which ones you haven't covered at this point.
That's fair. There's a few I still want to get to, but...
Oh, which ones?
You're the Good Things is one. I've been putting that one off for a while, but yeah, that's one I want to get to. And then there's The Way Down. I think that would be cool.
Ooh, The Way Down is really good.
Yeah, they have so many songs.
The Fruit That Ate Itself is one of my favorite albums from there, so I'm looking forward to whenever you cover that album.
It's an underrated EP for sure. Yeah, I like the title track a lot, but I don't know if I could do the title track on piano because it's not a melodic one. It would be interesting.
Very curious to see how it turns out.
Hey, I've done dog paddle before, so you never know.
Considering how dog paddle is played by the band swapping instruments with each other, I'm wondering do you play any other instruments?
A little bit of guitar, but besides that,
that's
nothing
sick.
Yet. I'm not great.
Honestly,
at it,
it's very cool that you play any other instrument at all. I've heard some of your original stuff, and you have some really good use of digital instrumentation. So I have a feeling you understand how other instruments work.
Yeah, about that. That was me playing around with the online MIDI sequencer.
Ooh, nice.
That you can and I was just making stuff on there. And yeah, I think, I'm not a fan of everything I made. I was just kind of messing around, but I did one of them that I honestly think I could with a bigger budget make into something really cool. The one called Knocking the Dust Off My Feet.
Ooh, yeah, I really like that one. Really cool desert vibe. Which came first, the Modal Mouse name or the Modest Mouse covers?
So what's interesting is my original name for my channel was something like Tyrannical Covers or something like that. It just did not fit the vibe of my channel at all. I just wanted to come up with a name for my channel. That's why that name existed. And then I changed it to Modal Mouse because the covers increased in popularity. And I was like, wow, this is something that I'm definitely going to explore further. And yeah, the rest is history. Modal Mouse just clicked.
Yeah, it's really clever. I like how the name Modal Mouse matches Modest Mouse, like, just for people who don't know piano that well, but, like piano covers. What's the term, like, modal mean? Like, what's the vocab trivia?
Modal basically refers to a musical mode in which you have a certain set of notes in a scale that creates a certain vibe. So you have Aeolian, which is a minor mode. You have Phrygian, which is like more of a Middle Eastern or Egyptian sounding mode. It's like a harmonic minor in there. And I just thought like it would be really cool. I think that was just a good musical word that, you have alliteration with Modal Mouse. So like it worked out. I was like trying to think of a way to fuse, like piano and Modest Mouse together. And that word just, it fit.
Some more questions about your YouTube channel. The Kirby Squeak Squad icon, DeRoche. Is there any particularly affinity with Kirby Squeak Squad, or do you plan on doing any covers of it?
Bro, I love Kirby. Honestly, one day I'm probably going to do a Kirby cover. It's bound to happen. It's my favorite video game franchise ever.
Ooh, I'm so excited for that one.
Because it's, Modal Mouse. Look at famous mouses in pop culture. DeRoche is a famous mouse. And I think, that image just, I don't know, I really like it. I think it just fits aesthetically with what I do.
He's the Mouse Lupin of video games.
Yeah, I've done Undertale, so I mean, Kirby's coming up.
Oh man, I love your Deltarune and old Undertale covers. Those are so good.
That stuff that blew me up. The one falling down, that's my most popular video by a landslide.
I do hope that your Modest Mouse covers become just as popular as your Undertale and Deltarune stuff.
I wish, man. That would be great. There's so many Modest Mouse ones that I feel like are just, I don't know, they're underrated or just not enough people know about them. Or like even some of my own covers, I feel like that one should get more attention. I really like that one. And there's some that are popular that I don't like, and I wish I could
totally understand that. I think if there ever is a collab between Toby Fox and Isaac Brock / Modest Mouse, that cover is going to be the one that like pops off the most on your channel.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
What do you imagine a Toby Fox Modest Mouse collab sounding like?
So I feel like it would be basically like Modest Mouse bends like on the guitar, right? You have those typical Modest Mouse bends, but like fuse that with your Toby Fox like sort of very clear melodic structure, because Toby Fox loves like just catchy melodies, and then also like layering, and he loves motifs as well. So make sure to include motifs in there, and then maybe include a goddamn, and a well for good measure.
You gotta have the well.
Yeah. I feel like that's essential.
There's the upcoming chapter 3 and 4 releasing on June 5th. That's going to be really exciting.
Oh my goodness. I'm looking for, like, that's like one of my most anticipated things this year. Like, I've been waiting for it for so long. But the Switch 2 stuff, like, if I can't play it on my Switch, I don't know if I'm gonna play. Like, I need to be able to download it to my Switch because the Switch 2 is so expensive. It's $500, and as a college student, I cannot.
Yeah, for sure. Also, what are you studying in university at the moment?
Nursing.
Oh, hell yeah. I wouldn't have imagined like someone who does such excellent piano covers to be like in the medical field. That's quite the double threat
Yeah.
you got there. Music and piano music in particular has like a bit of a healing quality to it. So it sounds like you're a very caring and wonderful person to both like bring good music to the world and also be taking care of people. That's really awesome of you.
It's one of those things where it's like music is not a major that I feel like can like support me and stabilize me unless I get like, extremely popular. It's one of those things where it's like it would have to pop off in a way where, you know, people start caring enough to like buy stuff and, like you set up a Patreon. Or I would love to do something like this as a living, but it's just not realistic, of course. You know, nursing is something that I really care about because I want to help people and I want to learn more about medicine. And there's many reasons, like financial stability is another. I want to pursue nurse anesthesiology mainly, but I can always do this as a hobby. And of course, I don't know how much time I'm gonna have uploading covers when I like really start nursing in the spring. That's one of my concerns. That's why I'm trying to do a lot now, but yeah, I need to get back to Modest Mouse soon, so I can finish the rest of them. Yeah, because when I start nursing, it's gonna, I don't know how my output's gonna be. It's definitely gonna probably decline a little. So I'll be busy.
Making most with the time we have. In terms of how long it takes you to make a cover, what's the process for like start to finish look like for you?
So it's usually starts very simple. I listen to the song, I pick up the chord progression and find that with my left hand, and I'll usually just make the melody with my right hand, which is usually in the vocals. And I'll make it very simple at first, where it's just like single notes, no chords. I'll elaborate on that once I have like the base structure of the chord progression. I'll add some harmonies and I'll make some chords that sound complementary to what I already have. I usually start with like the part of the song that I'm most addicted to. So like if I really like the chorus of like, let's say Ocean Breathe Salty, I'll just do that first, and then I'll do the verses after. So sometimes it's out of order. In terms of like the time it takes to like fully arrange a cover, sometimes it's one afternoon, and other times it's a week. For example, The Stars Are Projectors, that one took me forever.
Wow, it's not just a difficult one for Modest Mouse, it's a difficult one for anyone trying to do a cover of it. So it sounds like you do a lot. Is this like something you compose, or are you playing it by ear?
I'm just playing it by ear.
Wow. I think a lot of people in your comment section have picked up on that, but like actually hearing it from you, like it still blows me away that you are able to like just listen to the music and put it out into piano.
Yeah, I respond to comments all the time. They're like, do you have sheet music? Do you have sheet music? And I'm like, no, I just do it all by ear. Like, I don't put any of it down. I do know how to transcribe a little bit. I was formally trained in like piano lessons since first grade, and I stopped in freshman year of high school. But it would take so much time to do that, the time that I don't have.
It's hard to make time. Isn't it hard being tired all the time?
Yeah, for real. The best room, that's one I have to get to. That's like the next one. I've been
the
putting
best
it off.
room's my favorite song.
Oh, I have to do it now. Damn.
Oh, thank you.
It's literally the next one that I have to do.
Oh my
I left off
gosh.
on
You
yeah.
heard it here first. Breaking news on the Lonesome Crowded Cast. The best room is the next one.
I left off on the
Oh man,
tortoise.
the tortoise was really good.
It's so underrated.
I love the sort of vibe it has in terms of like the lyrics and the tone of the song. It's ominous. It's one of the darker Modest Mouse songs, and it's really picked up very well in the tone of like you're playing.
Yeah, thank you so much. That one, I have a funny story to tell about that song, in particular that cover. So, if you're listening to the song and you hear those piano slides, or what we call glissandos, I actually hurt myself doing those multiple times. Because, yeah, so some of those slides, they're pretty like easy sometimes. When I do them, it doesn't hurt. It's just like a smooth motion. Other times, my hand will get stuck on one of the keys because my piano's pretty old, and I think I got a blister on my finger and I had to put a bandage on it.
Oh,
So that was like a painful one to actually record. But it turned out great.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Suffering for your
literally
art.
blood and sweat. No tears, but
wow. No, the tears came from me. I actually admittedly have cried listening to your music a lot.
I get that.
It's Modest Mouse has some like tearjerkers for sure.
There's some really sad ones I've done. I re-listen to a lot of my stuff, and sometimes I'm like, I get why people like it, and other times I'm like, nah, this is trash.
I don't think anything of yours is trash in particular. Even ones that you have said that you're not particularly fond of in the description, I've really dug.
The earlier ones definitely are the rougher ones. It definitely smoothens out. Just like anyone with like more practice, you get better at something.
Are you planning on redoing any of your old covers?
Well, I did do a redo of Teeth Like God's Shoe Shine because I hated the original version. I thought it was horrible. So I redid it. And it's still not perfect, but I think I like it more, and I included more of the original song, because when I first did it, I feel like I left out some important parts. So I redid that one, and I'm probably going to redo other songs off of The Lonesome Crowded West, because overall, I think that album I didn't do complete justice to, because it's just such a good record, and I feel like there's some covers I go back to and I'm like, no, that's not there. Honestly, I used to be focused on creating the energy that, Isaac Brock and the gang would create in the studio on the piano. Like I was trying to match the aggression, but it didn't really work. Some people may really vibe with that, but I feel like now I'm trying to make these songs work more for piano. Like I'll change the way the energy is to match best way it can sound on piano. Basically take something that's high energy, make it more smooth and natural, free-flowing on the piano that, it's like fits more with my instrument, because otherwise I'm doing like the octaves with my left hand over and over again. I used to do that a lot. And so I've tried to lessen that and just become a little bit more complimentary with what I'm trying to do with the song. So yeah, there's some ones on The Lonesome Crowded Bus where I like want to go back eventually, and maybe like some stuff like Doing the Cockroach, Polar Opposites, Styrofoam Boots was one that I don't think fully landed. Yeah, I like some of the ones I did on that, like Heart Cook's Brain. That's like, that one took off, and I still like revisit. I still like that.
Yeah, as you were saying, it's like both transmuting the energy of Modest Mouse, but complementing your instrument. And I think you have a really good balance of that. Modest Mouse is not particularly known as like a really like soothing band in some of their songs, but
oh no. Then you have the Moon in Antarctica, which is like,
yeah, Moon in Antarctica has like kind of like lower energy, more moody, vibey songs that I feel like you've covered really well.
I like that one actually quite a bit. My piano renditions of a lot of that. I think that one's one of my stronger. The more low key they are, I feel like the better they are. Like Building Nothing Out of Something. I also think most of those renditions are pretty good.
Yeah, so your cover of Working on Leaving the Living is one of my favorites.
Oh, thank you, man. That one is just like holding the sustain pedal the whole time, playing those chords, letting them ring
the
out.
Reverb that fills the room that you're recording it up is like, wow. I can only imagine what it sounds like in person in comparison to like the digital recording.
Honestly, I'm so focused, like locked into what I'm playing. I don't even. I think for somebody who's hearing it in the room, it probably sounds incredible, but as the one playing it, I don't even realize it. It's not until I like go back and view the recording where I'm like, oh wow, it sounds like that.
I never really thought about the contrast between the player and the listener. As well, what kind of piano are you playing?
So about that, I often forget what the make of the piano is. It's Story and Clark, but most of the time I'm just like, yeah, it's a obscure upright piano from the 1980s. But it's an upright Story and Clark, and it's been tuned twice, but yet it's not in tune with like the standard Western tuning system. It's in tune with itself, which is that's why what creates like such an interesting sound. It's like a detuned piano sound. It's definitely it's a love it or hate it thing. Like people either really click with it and love it, and that's why they like my channel, or they're like I can't stand it. And those types of people are usually like more like traditionally musically like educated, I'd say.
There's a bit of a quality that Modest Mouse has with like it's almost like how they describe the take that's on the actual Lonesome Crowded West album version of Cowboy Dan is like they made it sound shittier than the initial quality of the first recording. So it's like that like original sound.
And that shittiness is what makes it one of the best songs
real.
ever. So,
yeah. And I think it gives you this like unique quality that like I noticed one of the commenters on the Fallen Down cover was like, wow, it's like it sounds perfectly out of tune like it does in the game. And it's like that like unique voice that your piano has like ensures like you have like this unique identity in your covers.
I think Fallen Down was one of the ones where it just meshed perfectly. And if I had played it on a piano that was in tune, it would not have hit the same. There is no way. That's what people love about it. I get comments like almost every day where it's like, this is the best rendition of this song I've ever heard. And I'm just like, wow. Like it was meant to be. Like Fallen Down in my piano that was a cover that was just like waiting to happen. And I think the original Fallen Down is actually detuned. So it makes sense. Like, it makes sense for it to be covered on a piano that is also not in tune.
It's those 1 times out of 10 that things work perfectly, as opposed to the 9 times out of 10. Speaking of Bukowski, how did that process work for your piano cover being featured on Ice Cream Party? And why Bukowski in particular?
That one. So I got a random comment on that video, and they were like, or actually, what was it? It was on my most recent video, actually. So it wasn't on the Bukowski cover. They were like, we want to use one of your covers, one of the bands that you've covered in a video. A very vague comment.
Oh.
And I was just like, okay, sure, I don't mind. And I asked what band, and they're like Modest Mouse. And I was like, oh, cool. I didn't know like the validity of this, but I refreshed the page and the comment was gone. So next thing I know, I get an email, and it's from Glacial Pace Records, and they were like, we want to use your Bukowski piano cover in a video from Ice Cream Party. And I was just like, are you kidding? I was just like, are you joking? No way. The band has actually like heard my stuff. They want to use my stuff in one of their like, what? I've been picked up by the band from doing it. Like, I couldn't believe it.
That's wild.
Seriously, I did this. I started this channel for fun. I didn't expect it, to get notice. So I was just blown away. And I still don't know why they chose Bukowski. I think maybe because it fit the video. Is like kind of a playful tone in a way.
In comparison to the actual song, it's a little bit more like parlory, like relaxed, kind of like low tone party vibe. Where the actual Bukowski songs is like a call out and kind of like grumpy in mood.
Yes. It's very pissed
If
off.
you're like talking about Isaac Brock and a like, hey, we're wanting to do a playful video of him making some gyoza, that's the sort of vibe you want to capture the essence of Isaac Brock, but like still keep it kind of fun and peppy.
Oh yeah.
It was a good choice. I'm excited to see if they use your piano covers more in the future. But I did want to ask because I went to the 2024 Austin show for Modest Mouse when they opened for the Pixies, and they had Austin homegrown vertical video talent Pedal Steel Noah come on stage and play Gravity Rides Everything and Dramamine with them. It was a very special, amazing performance, and Pedal Steel Noah, if you want to come on the show, here's your invite. Well, if you were ever invited on stage to play with Modest Mouse, what songs do you think you would want to play or you would be asked to play that would feature piano or not?
That's actually like a great question. Seriously, like I think that would be incredible. But I'd have to. So there's a lot of ones that come to mind. Man, I'm trying to think of like which ones really resonate the most. Heart Cook's Brain is one. I like my version of Spitting Venom. I think could work really well. I think Whenever You Breathe Out, or what is the name of that song? Positive Negative. I just say Positive Negative. That one I think was like perfect on piano. Seriously, like fit like a glove.
I can't imagine what it sounds like with the complementary instruments around it too. That would be sick.
Yeah, I'd probably just do 3 songs and definitely maybe those 3, maybe another 3. There's a lot of choices. Yeah.
You'd see me crying in the pit for sure. One song in particular I think you'd be really good like on stage with is Blame It on the T-Tones.
Oh yeah, totally. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I think that's one thing I wish there was more like diegetic, like actual instruments on stage. There's a lot of instruments that are featured on the album that aren't like featured on stage, and like actually having some piano on stage would be like sick.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw them live, they played like most of the songs that people know them for, but I mean deeper cuts like Blame It on the Tetons. I'm seeing them live again this summer. I would love to see that one played.
Yes. Yeah. I actually wanted to get into your Modest Mouse concert experience. I think from when we were talking, that was the first one you went to over the summer?
Yep, indeed. And my first concert.
Wow. Whoa, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, it was my first ever concert.
Tell me more about that.
I think, was it like either my freshman or sophomore year of high school was when I saw them. And I think that was when I was first starting doing the covers of their songs as well. It is, honestly, I don't know what I was expecting, but like it blew me away. Like it was better than, like my expectations were already sky high. I think that just it was like right before the passing of Jeremiah too. It's like, it's wild. Like I'm grateful to have been able to see him play live. And just the chemistry they had on stage, and the songs that, like, all the songs I wanted them to play, like Doing the Cockroach, Heart Cook's Brain, Dashboard, and Float On, obviously.
Was this a Lonesome Crowded West tour?
It was the one Golden Casket. I think it was Golden Casket.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a shirt from it. Yeah.
Oh, is it the one with the mushrooms coming out of the casket?
Yes, it's that one.
I have that shirt. I went to that. Oh my god!
I have 2 shirts. So funny story. I got another shirt from Glacial Pace Records after they used my Bukowski cover. They sent me 2 shirts as a gift. I think the community post is still up on YouTube. Yeah, they sent me 2 shirts. One of them was a yellow golden casket one, and the other one was a buffalo.
I love the color of the yellow one, but I have the gray one, and it doesn't match anything.
I also have the gray one.
I don't have anything that matches it now, and I'm like, oh, I should have gone with like blue or something. But I'm a mess eater. I'm afraid of like staining those shirts.
That's fair.
To the point where I now buy 2 of like anything, like Modest Mouse wise. So I have like a cozy at home version and the like going out to show people, hey, I'm number 1 Modest Mouse fan in Austin shirt.
That's a great idea.
I'm like not. Thank you. I'm a bit of an obnoxious Modest Mouse fan myself.
Aren't we all?
Do people in your personal life know you for being like a big Modest Mouse like fan or
Nope.
cover person?
Nope, my identity
like,
is secret. Yep. People who know me in real life think I'm really boring.
Nah.
So I mean, I prefer to keep it that way. Honestly.
Honestly, yeah, you're truly the modest modal mouse.
Yes. I think besides my family members who know, yeah, none of my friends, they wouldn't care. I think I brought it up too. I'm like, I have a piano YouTube channel, and they're just like, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's how most people treat the podcast so far. I've talked about it at work of all things, and they're like, "Oh, that's really neat. I know Modest Mouse. Okay."
They don't ask any further questions. That's it. They just stop there. They're like, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm not going to show anyone like an episode of the pod until I have like at least like a member of the band on the pod. Because it's like I'm a bit shy to people. Like, I like talking about Modest Mouse, but I don't want to show them a bad episode and be like, this is, don't think negatively of Modest Mouse because of this.
No, it's not a good first impression.
Oh yeah, first impressions are everything. But your piano.
You might get a member of the band eventually, and you reach out to them. Like they reached out to me. You never know. Even though I did never talk to Isaac directly, it was a representative from Glacial Pace. But I'm assuming that he must have heard me. If he's using my Bukowski cover, he must have like stumbled across it. I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much, but
yeah, he's a bit busy from what I understand. What is your favorite Modest Mouse record and why?
There you go. I was waiting for that question. Or like favorite Modest Mouse song or lyric. I was prepared.
Ooh.
I had responses.
Hit me up with all of them.
Let's see. So my favorite is either it's a toss-up between The Lonesome Crowded West and Moon Antarctica. I feel like that's a generic answer. But I will say I have a soft spot in my heart for Good News as well. I think like Lonesome Crowded West is just one of the best indie rock records ever made. I feel like maybe just the best, period. It's like the standard. Teeth Like God's Shoe Shine just is an incredibly powerful opener, and like the lyricism on that track and like throughout the rest of the record is like some of the best I've heard anywhere. Listening to that record for the first time is like, this is truly unique stuff. Like no one else sounds like this. And this is incredible. And then I heard Moon Antarctica and I was like, what? This the same band? And I didn't really get it at first, but like the more I listened to that record, and I honestly don't know if I like it more. I think I might like it more than Lonesome Crowded West. It depends on the mood I'm in, because I feel like Moon Antarctica is way more like existential and depressive, almost like melancholy at points. So I mean that can hit really well, but other days I'm more in the mood for like more of a rambunctious, high energy experience like Lonesome Crowded West, which also has its downs. As it also has low key moments like Bankrupt on Selling, but it's like I mean I think they're both perfect. The production on Moon Antarctica is so good. It is genuinely incredible. Like re-listening to a lot of those songs, like even on my car speakers, the amount of detail put into like just the arrangements and like the instruments they're throwing into the mix, like on some of those songs, it's like incredibly lush, really grand, and it's just like, wow, like this is such a step up in terms of like what was presented on Lonesome Crowded West, like arrangement wise. It's just like it blows me away. I don't know. I think it's just some of the best music ever. And then Good News is amazing too, but I feel like each album has its own identity. I like each one for various reasons. Yeah, I think I have a soft spot for Good News too, because it's my first record I had heard from them, and I was also like, this is just bizarre. I've heard Float On. Why is this album beginning with a frickin' horn?
Have you covered Horn Intro?
No, I have not.
You're missing one more track off of Good News then.
No! You're right. I think I got some comments on Reddit when I posted.
Where's Horn Intro?
World at Large. They're like, are you going to do... Yeah, Horn Intro. I was like, I don't know. I did do it when it comes back on the Devil's Workday.
Oh, yeah.
I did do it there. All I have to do is edit that part out and put it at the beginning of the playlist.
Yes, fantastic. Or whenever people are like, when's the next Modal Mouse video? When's the next Modal Mouse video? And just be like, Horn Intro, bye.
Yes. I had one guy who kept on persisting, like every cover I uploaded. Where's Modest Mouse? Eventually I just I blocked him. I was like, I'm tired of seeing this comment. Like I had told him repeatedly, I was like, I'll get to it, when I have the time to get to it. I was nice about it, but he just kept on like persisting. And it is aggravating because I put time into these other covers from other artists, and all you care about is Modest Mouse, and I'm like,
have some varied taste. I may be a person who perpetually listens to only Modest Mouse at times, but I'm not going to subject the people to my demands of strictly only Modest Mouse. I'll save that for when I go to bars with free jukeboxes, and I'll just put it on without prompt.
That's valid.
Like, oh, you want to listen to Cowboy Dan again? Here we go.
Yes. Yeah. Put on, yes, Cowboy. Put on Sad Sappy Sucker. That'll liven up things. Put on.
Oh my god.
Put on Sucker Bet.
Oh my gosh. Duke's up now, and I get in a bar fight.
Probably.
I love your other covers as well. I actually, I'm not a really big Of Montreal fan, but since they got announced for the cruise, I'm like, okay, I have to do some research for them.
Did they actually?
Yes, Of Montreal.
I had no idea.
Tropical Fuckstorm, Kurt Vile and the Violators, Mannequin Pussy.
That's sick.
A few others. But they're going to be on the cruise,
oh my goodness.
And I really liked your
wow.
of Montreal cover of Heimdall. The Heimdall Gate, the Chemicals song. I can't remember the name of it to save my life.
Yeah, the one with the weird ass long name.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was just it's so weird. Sometimes I'm like, how did I do that? Like the song was stuck in my head because it's an insanely catchy track. I love that record that it's on. Hissing Fawn is a great record. I just listen to a shit ton of music. So yeah, I love that album, and that song in particular. It's just like so melodic, and it converted well to piano. Like the chords in the verses, particularly, very like classical, very like maybe Queen inspired or something like that. No, it's awesome. And I was just like, how is this going to sound on piano? Because I feel like it could be really cool. And the arrangement came rather quickly, and I was surprised because it's a complex track, but it just like felt right. I don't know how to put it. It's like one of those songs where it just like felt right on piano. And that's one I'm proud of. I think that one worked really well. Yeah, Of Montreal has a very good like sensibility. I think very Beatles-esque. That's what I meant to say. Very Beatles-esque like writing, and how they write their melodies and stuff. It's really cool.
And I know you also mentioned like you started out with Muse, and tell me about your relationship with Muse.
Some days I would say Modest Mouse is my favorite band, and other days I'd say it's Muse, because I feel like Muse is what got me into music in general. The first album I've ever heard in full was Absolution, and that record is still like probably my favorite album of all time. yeah, it's just there's something about like the writing that Matt Bellamy had on that record, and you know the passion and the variety of songs and all everything else about that album is just incredible. Um, like I think it got a remaster a few years ago, and it's just like somehow they made this incredible album even better. It's like everything is so much more clear because the original production was a little bit muddy, not like a huge deal, but like when the remaster came out, like was just songs like Hysteria with its like amazing bass line like really pop out now. Um, yeah, and so I definitely Muse is one of those bands that just was like very formative for me. Um, I like even when they started turning a little bit more, you know, we hate the government, authoritarian, you know, control is sucks, and you know, MK Ultra shit like that. Even stuff like that is very endearing to me, and I honestly like even their output as of late, I still find enjoyment in. I did a cover off of one of the songs off Will of the People called Verona, and that one did really well. And it's like a ballad type song, and yeah, it was one of those where I heard it and I was like, this needs to be a piano cover. Because I also did Ruled by Secrecy by Muse, and that was actually the original song is actually on piano. So yeah, it's like that one needs to be a cover. So I went on a rant there, but
No, this is why you're on the pod, to talk to the people about your love for music in general, not just Modest Mouse, because it's the
Muse is so different from Modest Mouse too, and people are probably like, "Why do you like them? They couldn't be any more sonically different. They couldn't be any like they, you know, this is they're very politically driven in a lot of their songs. No, I just like the way their music sounds. That's it. It's just not more complex than that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Modest Mouse is a completely politically neutral band either, considering there's a lot of
True
conversations that Isaac Brock has about the environment and like the people's action. Like,
yeah, Strangers to Ourselves is such an environmentally
is
conscious,
the most environmentally
yes.
conscious album I've like heard
yes.
from a band.
No, like period.
Are there any bands that you're looking forward to covering that you haven't yet for your channel?
Let's see, I think Silversun Pickups is a big one I want to do eventually. They're an indie rock band, started in the 2000s, and a lot of their early stuff sounds a lot like Modest Mouse. If you listen to Kissing Family is one of their songs, or Lazy Eye, which is like their big hit, it's very like low-key mellow indie rock. And I think they've stated in interviews that they're inspired by Modest Mouse. So I think that's a band that I eventually want to get to. I think that would be cool. A lot of the time I try to go for songs that are like not covered on piano that much or less popular.
Like Beachside Property. That was like an incredible first choice.
Yeah, I like Beachside Property. And I knew for a fact no one had done that.
Why Beachside Property as the first cover for Modest Mouse in particular? Just the uniqueness of the track and it not being covered before?
I have no idea. I think it's just the lyricism resonated with me. Once I figured out what the song was about, I live in Florida, and you know, every single year we get hurricanes that wipe out, you know, beachside property, and erosion continues to get worse and worse. And I feel like when, you know, I think capitalistic greed eventually outweighs environmental concerns, and when that happens, you build all these houses only for them to get destroyed. Like Mother Nature just comes and takes them away, like obliterates. Like, what's the point, right? You're doing all this for monetary gain, and at the end of the day, you know, it's not meant to last when you build it on so close to like these very vulnerable areas. Like, and a lot of them are they're not built very well. And it's just like, I don't know, it felt like a song that I think Isaac Brock wrote from a place of like Mother Nature is better than like Mother Nature always gets what she wants eventually, right? Um, and so it's like humans trying to do stuff to like stand up to Mother Nature and like failing in the process. I like
I
that.
really do enjoy the lyrics for that as well, with the environmental tones and the lyrics of like going union, environment uniting against like mankind. It's a powerful track that I sing to myself quite a lot.
Exactly, it's chilling.
Mm.
Um, I it's another thing when I covered it. I was like, how am I going to do the screams? And I eventually decided, no, we're not going to do that. I think I just cover the bass line and then the chords in the right hand, and then maybe I do like a. No, I think I do like a, instead of a scream, I do like a triplet, and I feel like that was like a good replacement. Or I could have just like screamed during the piano cover. I could have just been like,
I would be very interested in singing piano covers. But yeah, speaking
"Oh
of,
no, I'm too. There's no way. I'm too insecure."
well, maybe with your own singing, and that's okay. Take your time and feel comfortable doing whatever you wish.
Oh, it's also like really difficult too. It's like
Oh
trying to sing
yeah.
and like play an instrument. It's so hard. I have tried. And just like these are, I know they're two completely different things, and people can do these like they're just, like adding 2 plus 2. Like it's not hard. But for me, it's like, for me, it's like trying to solve like a complex a math equation, trying to sing and play an instrument. It's just impossible.
You could even say a never-ending math equation.
It's a never ending.
Would you consider collaborating with other musicians on your covers?
I'm open. If anyone wants to collaborate, I am down. I think I've done some. Well, I've done work for people who've wanted my piano covers and like their media, but I've never. I've like I had a guy message me a month ago. It's an Olympic mountain biker by the name of Christopher Blevins, and yeah, I think you saw my story about it. Yeah, and he wanted to use my piano cover of "She's Leaving You" by N.J. Linderman, which is definitely an obscure one. I was surprised, and I was just like, "This guy's reaching out to me like about that, like how?" And he was like, "Yeah, I would love to use it in my promotional video." And I was like, "Hell yeah, of course. I mean, sure." And he wanted me to like. So what I did, he actually wanted me to record a whole new version, and he actually sent me a microphone that I could use to record it with, and it sounded great. I was just I was super grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that, and also like he was just incredibly nice about it. And in it's collaborations like that are definitely something that I'm open to doing in the future, um, whenever I have the time, of course, because I'm getting busier and busier with being a college student, unfortunately.
Hopefully you have some time in the future, considering how hectic the world is getting. And what's the future look like for Modal Mouse?
So I'm considering maybe getting a traveling nurse job, which should satisfy everything I want to do with my life, basically. Being able to travel around the country, help people, make a lot of money. Hopefully, I don't need to make a lot of money, just enough to stabilize myself. That's what I want. I don't need money that I don't, I don't want money that I don't need. I just want to be able to support myself and buy groceries like anyone else. And
And the occasional Modest Mouse ticket.
for real, yeah, Modest Mouse in the cruise that happened, I would love to. That's one of those things where if it was more like if it was more feasible, I would definitely love to go on a cruise with Modest Mouse. But it's just things are prices crazy. But yeah, I feel like either that or I mean I may end up staying in for a little bit. But it doesn't mean I can't pursue traveling nurse at a later date. But I've definitely it's something I'm highly considering. Um, there's so many logistics that go into something like that, though. But
Gosh, I'm sweaty. I turned off the AC to record in the closet so it doesn't make it like a bunch of background noise. And I finally think I've like set up the perfect recording space. But God, the summer is not a good time to record this podcast for the first time.
Yeah, that's me being a Floridian every summer. I'm like, oh yeah, I love summer. I'm a Floridian. I love the heat. And then it actually becomes summertime. And I'm like, I hate it. I want to be inside because I burn up so easily and I'm sunburned
That's
constantly.
the smell of the summer again. Makes me fall in heat stroke.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna do that during the summer now. Actually, perfect. I'm gonna first day of summer. I'm releasing that cover.
Oh, sick. Oh my God. I'm getting all the insider info. Lonesome Crowded Cast. That's where you get your first takes on... No, this is not an official announcement. We're joking.
I wasn't planning on that before, but now I'm actually going to do it. Just like I was going to do... I was going to do something for Halloween. What was it? I was just going to do the Halloween theme. I was probably going to do Michael Myers. Because it's like it's a cover you can easily do on piano. And I think it sounds unique on my piano. See, when it comes to stuff that's like more popular, I think the reason I cover them is because my piano gives it a unique sound that no other person probably would be able to replicate because of the detuned nature of my... Like, it makes things sound different. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way.
I was kind of wondering why you chose to do digital piano instead of your own piano for the cover of Dial Tone in particular.
Oh, yeah, because I found a synth tone on my piano is like spot on.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, this reminds me of Dial Tone. I have to do this. And someone I think asked for it, so I was just like, yeah, this works great.
Hell yeah.
I can't believe that's the only synth cover I've done.
I'm excited to hear more of them.
I may have to do more. I don't know.
I don't know if this will make it on the pod or not, but just a little bit of a tangent about Spamton.
Yeah.
The lyrics in Teeth Like God's Shoe Shine, being claustrophobic amongst a horizon, and as well compacting one's conscience. The chip that Spamton compacts his conscience into. Teeth like God's shoe shine, like a mannequin's teeth. I think there's a lot of intersections between the lyrics and the story of Spamton that are very eerie, like that make me think that the Teeth Like God's Shoe Shine belong to Spamton.
It's like one of those things where it's like you're pulling two completely different things together, but yet it makes so much sense. Are you the person who left the comment on the video?
I think I did.
Because there's someone who left the comment about Teeth Like God, Shoe Shine, and Spamton.
You found me
Is
out.
That you?
You found me
Is
out.
Is that your channel? Yeah, I did. Let's go. Yeah, I thought that was incredibly cool. And I was just like, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe Toby Fox did take inspiration from Modest Mouse in a way. Because that line and then the vibe of that song and then the title of that song, it fits Spamton's...
Modal Mouse, I don't want to blow your mind even more, but you know what Spamton's favorite year is, right?
Is it the year when The Lonesome Crowded West came out? Is it 1997?
1997.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. And like
it's basically confirmed at this point.
Yeah, people have speculated that chapter 3 is going to be Western themed.
No way.
Cowboy Dan.
If it actually comes out that Toby Fox is a fan of Modest Mouse, I may feel like the most vindicated person ever. I may feel like the most important person, like to have done probably the only person to have done Modest Mouse and Toby Fox covers on the same
It's
channel.
Literally you. I'm concerned you're actually Toby
Fox.
That
would be like insane.
This is the op. You're Toby Fox.
He's onto me. He's onto me. Shit. Don't tell anyone.
Okay, your secret's safe with me.
Deltarune isn't coming out until... It's actually not coming out until 2030.
We have some more time to speculate then.
Yeah. It's gonna keep getting delayed. Because we're just making it as good as possible. That's, we're trying to transpose all of the Modest Mouse discography into MIDI.
we get some Deltarune Undertale sound font. I think that honestly,
yes.
This may be like kind of even more like scratching my own like itch of this like odd connection that I would love to see more of. But like, Siva Gunner.
Yeah, he's the guy who uploaded all those OSTs for Nintendo,
Yeah,
right?
the quality rips, but they're actually like the remixes.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you want a secret Siva Gunner release, do some what's it called, covers of Modest Mouse songs using Deltarune or Undertale sound font.
That would be fire.
Oh, absolutely! I would like literally listen to it all day. Like I would run
Oh my
and work
goodness.
out to those tracks. I'm hype as hell for this now.
Damn. I need to figure out how to use FL Studio. Um,
For real.
actually,
Honestly, if you start a Patreon op, I will like whatever your request tier is, that's what I'm doing monthly. I need to hear these.
dude, man, I could I did FL Studio for a project in my first semester of college. I was so confused. I was I was fiddling around, and yeah, I'd have to like watch a ton of videos. There's so much to learn.
Well, I'm sure you'll pick it up.
Yeah, and it's impressive. Toby Fox. Toby Fox composed all of the music for Undertale using FL Studio first. I think the music that made it into the game was like actually like the finalized versions were on FL Studio. Yeah, it's crazy. It's that's why it's such a mind fuck that to Toby Fox. Am I allowed to swear? I probably. Um.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I was covering Tropical Fuckstorm last episode, so I, for the first like 5 minutes of the episode, I was like, I can't say fuck or YouTube's gonna fuck me over.
That's it's one way to stick it
Yeah,
to
for
them.
real. I made it Tropical Fun Storm.
Man, their sound would be completely different if that was their name. They would be more similar to like a synth pop band or something. Tropical Fun Storm, and that should be a thing now. I actually want that to exist.
Right? Would you cover one of Tropical Fuckstorm's songs in the future?
Uh, I've never thought about it because there's a lot of their songs are like very they're very dissonant, and I like that about them, but I feel like it would be really difficult to translate to them their songs to the
Yeah,
piano
I think there are definitely some bands that may be more difficult than others.
because it's very I mean I wouldn't say avant-garde, but yeah, it would be. I think there's some songs.
I was going to ask you about your favorite Modest Mouse song.
I have an answer, but this is such a like a loaded question with so many like depending on the day, you have a different favorite song. For example, the other day was The Ocean Breathes Salty. So that was like the one I heard that really intrigued me and got me to listen to Good News, and then after that listen to Lonesome Crowded West and do the deep dive. That was Ocean Breathes Salty. It was like the gateway song for me. Although I don't know if it is my favorite because again they have so many incredible songs that have like made me cry and made me just fall in love with their sound even more. I mean, I think Stars Are Projectors was one that blew me away. To this day, that one still there's something special about that one. Dramamine, as generic of an answer as it is a perfect song in every single way. I think just the feeling of it being, the album being called This Is a Long Drive for someone with nothing to think about. That song feeling like you're on an endless, deserted highway. I think there was a YouTube video, a lyric video, that also reinforced that. And the drumming on that frickin' song is just like is like some of the best recorded drumming, period. That's Jeremiah for you. The bass line, the lyrics. I mean, I think Isaac Brock has said that it's also his favorite song he's ever made. The Night on the Sun. So I know I'm listing like multiple favorites, but it is just so hard to choose one.
You can't have one favorite Modest Mouse song unless you're just like, oh, it's Float On.
It's impossible. Teeth Like God's Shoe Shine, Parting of the Sensory, Spitting Venom. All of those work. Oh, King Rat, dude, King Rat. I can't believe I forgot. Yes.
What's your favorite song from them that's considered more obscure than others?
I don't know how obscure. I think Life Like Weeds. I don't know how obscure it is, but I'd say that song is extremely powerful. Especially its placement in the album, like the way it kind of wraps things up before you get What People Are Made Of, which is just like fuck everybody. Life Like Weeds is so contemplative, introspective. The ending of it is like makes me feel like I'm floating into space. Like it is really melancholy. But so I'm not always in the mood to listen to it, but it's just such an amazing track. Also, Whale Song. I don't know if it's like a super obscure. There's definitely more obscure Modest Mouse songs for me. I can go like Sad Sappy Sucker for that Ate Itself, but yeah, I think my favorites are. I mean, they're all over the place. To be honest, they have highlights scattered all throughout their discography. It's not just their early stuff for me. I think they have amazing songs, even up until The Golden Casket, Wooden Soldiers, for example. Incredible song. Very different from their early stuff, but I think there's still a lot of merit there. It's still incredible writing. The Ground Walks with Time in a Box. Freaking amazing
also
song.
One of my favorites. I'm really impressed how you covered that one. It's like it's got that dancey vibe to it, as like, and you can pick that up into piano as well, so it has that unique voice that your piano has alongside like the groovy, like excitable tones inside of it.
Dude, that one I didn't know how it was going to turn out at all. It's one of those that's like, how do you even convert this to piano? I sat down and I think that one actually took me a week to just figure out how to do like the verses. Like, what am I going to do about this? There's so much going on, and I have to make this danceable. And also because the main melody of the song is da 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 da, like, but it doesn't really change. It changes in the song. But when you're playing something on piano, you don't have different tonalities to work with. You just have a piano. I mean, so even though the melody is constantly being reinforced with something in the arrangement in the original song, when you're playing on piano, you don't have any other instruments to work. You're doing everything with two hands.
Yeah, you're
on
the
one
one-man
instrument.
band.
And it was so difficult to figure out a way to vary up the main riff of the song with the vocal melody and the verse, because they're like almost the same. But I think I figured it out when I listened to the bass, and I was like, if I incorporate that funky bass line from the original in the piano and then like drop the sustain, it can sound really cool. And I think that's what I ended up doing, and it sounds like really funky, upbeat, different than all my other covers. And it was hard to. It's actually a really difficult one to get on recording too. I remember like taking me tons of tries. That was difficult.
You pulled it off though. Bravo.
That was a difficult one. Yeah, and I think it ended up being like 10 minutes. Because it went to some interesting places. Like, that's another thing. I constantly, like, while I'm talking, I keep on thinking of things I want to bring up on this podcast.
Yes, please do.
But yeah, it's one of those where I went on an improvised excursion. I do that a lot on my covers, where it's like, this isn't even the same song. What is this? This is not Modest Mouse anymore. This is not part of the original song. Yeah, I do that a lot. I feel like,
enjoy it,
especially on their more jammy tracks, the ones that call for it, like where it's just like Isaac Brock and Eric Judy and Jeremiah just jamming on a chord progression. I feel like to elicit that same feeling on piano, I need to also kind of go on my own improvised thing. I did it very often, like on This Is a Long Drive. It has a lot of improvised sections, and there's some that really go in like completely different directions, but ultimately I think some of them have led to like some interesting results. I think Heart Cook's Brain is one of those where it's like, it starts off the Heart Cook's Brain you're all familiar with, the bass line, the iconic bass line, and then eventually goes into like some weird direction in the middle, but it still makes sense, and then comes back to the original. Like, I like to do that a lot. I like to like make it vary up in a way but keep the structure the same.
I thought it had this almost like kind of tadpole-like state, the in-between point of where it developed from originally, Out of Gas into Heart Cook's Brains, like that middle stage between the two songs, and your improvisations, which I found really impressive and I thought was intentional. I was like, whoa, Modal Mouse is on another level.
You're giving me way too much credit.
Nah, it sounds like that though.
That's insane. That one is so crazy because I remember the circumstances in which I recorded that cover. It was, some covers take me anywhere from like 10 tries, 10 attempts to like 100. World Revolving by taking me the most by far. I even included a blooper video of that particular cover. However, Heart Cook's Brain was one take.
Nice.
And I recorded it right before I had my piano lesson for the day. That's back when I still had piano lessons. And I had no idea how popular it was going to be. So when I saw it blowing up, I was just like, what the hell? I recorded this in one take. It should suck. Like, people shouldn't like it. Like, this is not something I really, like, sat down and thought out. It was way more from, like, the heart. That cover was just a stream of consciousness thing. And it's just, sometimes it's like that, and it blows me away. That shit like that ends up being so popular. Yeah. Because then you have like your covers where it takes you like a month to figure out everything. But that's an exaggeration. But you have your covers where you really sit down and take your time to methodically arrange and play, and then it gets like 10 views. And it's like, well, damn. Yeah.
Well, I definitely hope that this pod gets more ears on your lesser listened videos, considering effort you've taken to really like cover almost everything that Modest Mouse has done. And considering your familiarity with the band as well, you must like resonate a lot with the lyrics, as we discussed a bit earlier. What is your favorite Modest Mouse lyric?
I have a clear answer for this one. Yeah, it's a definite answer. It's from Blame It on the Tetons. It's, everyone's a building burning with no one to put the fire out. Standing at the window waiting for time to burn us down. Yep, that's it. It's so fucking depressing. But when I heard that for the first time, I feel like that was one of the moments where I was like, I'm a Modest Mouse fan now.
The lyric comes right before the piano part. So, like, it's almost like it's like perfectly aligned domino destiny of everything just falling down right into place.
I think the switch up towards the end of that song, like, brings it to, like, another level. And it's so underappreciated. It's such a good song. I think it's still, like, probably my second favorite on that record.
I definitely want to hear Modest Mouse as the band put more piano into their music.
Sugar Boats!
Hopefully they choose you as their piano, because...
only when it's in a carnival context. They don't...
Yeah, dark carnival versus light carnival, as in the ICP as opposed to the ice cream party.
Wow. That's
a band I would not expect you to do covers of. Is Insane
You know
Clown
what?
Posse.
I've never listened to one of their songs. I might do that after this pod.
Oh, Miracles! You definitely got to check out Miracles. I think that you've got your new cover band.
I think I'll do an ICP playlist.
Oh, sick. Oh my god. My dad actually really likes ICP. He's like a former out juggalo, now juggalo at heart. So that'll at least get my dad into your music.
Did they have because I know they're like a hip hop group, so do they have like a lot of melody?
I would say like they do a lot of like heavy rapping over like a lot of their stuff, but like the instrument, if you took out the lyrics out of a lot of their music, you'd have some pretty interesting songs to listen to. Yeah, I'd be down.
I think I don't know why I used to loop them in with Limp Bizkit.
They've got kind of a Limp Bizkit vibe.
Are they similar?
They got like they're really popular amongst the wrestling scene as well. Like if you're not a juggalo, you know ICP. Like if you're into wrestling, because like they also were in a backyard wrestling video game.
What in the world?
I know. And also, Insane Clown Posse has some presence in Toby Fox's work prior to Undertale being Homestuck. So there's so many connections to everything. I'm very shocked Modest Mouse hasn't like been like more seen because of those odd connections, like 1997 spam. Oh my god, teeth got I am honestly the fact that you did.
That's such a good theory. You should make a video. Like honestly, you should make a YouTube video like about that.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest.
Yeah, just about that theory.
I'm gonna do that after
or like a podcast.
Because I have to. If I get it out before June 5th, it'll be perfectly timed. But the next video project I have is I'm going to rank the most likely songs to be chosen from Modest Mouse to be the ending theme of Steel Ball Run, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7.
I knew I recognized your profile pic from somewhere. Like my friend is so into JoJo and wants me to watch it like really bad, but I'm currently binging One Piece. So I just when you're really deep into that show, it's hard to watch anything else. But I'm on a really I'm on Fishman Island if you know One Piece at all. It's not one of the best arcs.
You got some progression down though. You are into it.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Yeah, you're past the time skip though, from my recollection, right?
Yes, just past it. It's the first arc post time skip.
If you weren't at the time skip yet, I would be like, okay, take a pause, read some JoJo. There are time skips in JoJo as each part takes place in like a different time period. So you can take it in bite-sized pieces and like come back to it later. So when you get into JoJo, take your time with it. But I'd be really curious to see what you think about it if we do a second interview later down the road.
It's so intriguing because I've heard people say that like one of the coolest things about it is like the music. And I think I've heard like the main JoJo theme.
Oh yeah.
That everyone else has. It's very iconic. And it's gotten me curious to like, what the hell is this thing? Like, I definitely want to dig into it.
It's truly bizarre.
For sure.
But just for your input on the video moving forward on that one, so I can better inform my viewers of what's going to be the best ending theme for Steel Ball Run. Imagine a horse race taking place from the West Coast to the East Coast that takes place in like a dozen stages and has some really colorfully dressed cowboys with magic punching ghost abilities.
Are they 3-inch horses?
Oh, 3-inch horses. I never considered that one for the ending theme, but like, which Modest Mouse song would you associate with that sort of vibe? And it takes place in the 1890s, by the way.
Probably something off the Lonesome Crowded West.
Oh, yeah.
Probably, I mean, is there anything more Western than Cowboy Dan?
I don't think so. Cowboy Dan is it fits the vibe for sure, like musically, genre-wise, tonally. I only was hesitant to pick that in my top selections due to the fact it mentions trucks.
Oh,
and
you're right. Yeah, that's too.
This is 1890s,
yeah.
so I'm like, where roundabout is used in the ending theme in the early 1900s for the previous JoJo parts.
It would be funny if you chose convenient parking. It would make no sense, but I would find that hilarious.
Yeah, the reason why it wasn't like Trucker's Atlas is going to be the top one is it because
Trucker's Atlas.
It mentions Alaska in 1890. Alaska's not a state yet.
True. Damn it, Isaac! You've ruined everything.
Yeah, you can't have a JoJo ending theme now because Trucker's Atlas is gaskets and Alaska. The song I actually is going to choose for the top one, my top choice was "The View."
Oh my god.
Yeah, considering it's like talking about like land right stuff with like they got the land but we got the view.
How could I forget about the view? That's like that's in my top 10 Modest Mouse. There's so many you have to understand. It is so hard to like remember everything. Yeah, the view is top 10 Modest Mouse for me.
Awful feels softer.
I just absolutely love that song.
Yeah.
I also could have chosen a lyric from that one, but Blame It on the Teens is still number one.
I'm so glad you brought up Blame It on the Tetones. I think we'll close out the episode listening to your cover of Blame It on the Tetones, considering it is one of my favorites and also like a perfect song encapsulating both Modest Mouse and its piano presence and your own piano presence in the Modest Mouse community.
That's perfect. I don't pay attention to it, but it's one of those videos that when I released it, it got like a few dislikes, and
No.
I was just like, what? And most of my, just to give you an idea, like 98% of my videos don't have dislikes, so I was confused about that. Maybe someone just didn't like Blame It on the Tetons. I don't know. You never know.
I guess you can see the dislikes, but we can't, and I always like them. I have no reason to.
There's always someone.
As far as I know, they have 1 billion likes in my eyes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What song would you want to close out the pod on? You can choose, actually.
Oh no, Blame It on the Tetons is good.
Okay, perfect. We'll do that.
If the hater ends up listening to this podcast, he'll have to suck it up.
Once more. This is why we are choosing it. We're putting our foot down.
Yes.
And they're the Tetons in this situation. I'm blaming it on them for having that be the ending theme of this episode.
As you should.
Thank you very much, Modal Mouse, for coming on the show. This has been a truly, I think, even better than expected experience. And anytime you want to come on the pod, feel free to reach out, or I'll reach out to you in case we got something big going on. But this has been amazing. I've loved hearing about your piano covers, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of your stuff. Modal Mouse, where can we find you on the interwebs?
So my YouTube channel, obviously, and on my YouTube channel there is a Instagram link. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's just Modal Mouse. So that's my only social media presence as of now. So if you want to find me there, you can.
Fantastic. If we have any updates from you on any future projects or any extra links, I will update that to the description of the episode so people can check you out and your future endeavors.
I appreciate it so much, man.
Yeah, man, this has been awesome. I cannot wait to hear your next cover.
It's going to be the best room.
It's going to be the best one. I can't wait. Not to overhype it too much. Closing out here on Blame It on the Tetons for the Lonesome Crowded cast, this has been DJ Middleway with Modal Mouse. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. This is great. I'm excited to listen to this.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Oh, I can take my head out of the sweater closet in the middle of April. This is too hot. Oh my gosh.